Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman and I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. In this video, I will give you 5 ways that I, a sociologist, predict society will change as a result of artificial intelligence. Now at any point, feel free to click the notification bell or subscribe to my channel to get more content. So, without further ado, let's begin. Now, of course, no one can know exactly how society will change as a result of the rise of artificial intelligence, but based on past technological revolutions, we can make some pretty strong predictions as to how society will likely change as a result of this new technology. And so my first prediction for the impact of artificial intelligence on society is the loss of many different types of jobs. Now, one thing that we've seen in past technological revolutions is the obsolescence of a wide range of jobs. Professions such as lamplighters, switchboard operators, and the human computers featured in the film Hidden Figures were all made obsolete by technologies that could do the jobs quicker, cheaper, and more efficiently. Now, future versions of AI can replace jobs that require human reasoning and solve a lot of problems that we now rely on really smart humans to do. So right now, we may hire an architect who's really smart to design an energy efficient building, where AI can go in and do the same thing, but kind of pull from a wider range of knowledge, essentially all the knowledge that we have accumulated, in human history about building design. It can use that knowledge and design a building more efficiently than maybe a human architect can. And of course, we've now replaced that architect. In addition, AI might also spot inefficiencies in the way that we're doing other jobs. For example, we may put in information about a construction project, and AI might identify places where jobs are kind of superfluous, aren't really needed, and will eliminate those jobs. And so people who would have been in those jobs would now be unemployed. And even a job like mine, where I teach students, I do research and provide service for the university, and AI may, be able to simulate some of those things or a lot of those things that I do. And again, now my job has been replaced by something that can do it without the, need for a salary. And so in the same way that we've adjusted to the loss of these professions that were seen as, invaluable before, we'll have to adjust to the loss of these other jobs as well. Now, a second prediction I have about how society will change as a result of AI is that we're going to be doing more outsourcing of decision making. Now, AI will make a lot of things easier than they have been before, and one of those things will be making decisions based on available data. An event planner may ask AI something like, where can we locate this event that maximizes our attendance while also minimizing our costs? A journal may ask AI, what military strategies should we use to defeat this particular enemy? And on a personal level, we may ask AI, where should we go on vacation? Who should we date? Or what car should we buy? The thing that all those things have in common is that they're using data to simulate potential situations based on evidence we already have. And so anything that requires that AI will do better and better over time. Now, a third thing I think will happen as a result of AI is we're going to see totally new AI-aided crimes. We've seen AI simulate faces, voices, art, and this is the worst version of that AI we're going to see. And so it's not hard to imagine criminals using AI to catfish people or to convince people to turn over their life savings based on a fake, image or based on a fake message. And while law enforcement agencies like the FBI will be working to catch up with these kind of hackers, basically, they're hackers, AI hackers, there will always be a lag. There's always this kind of cultural lag between those who know the technologies and those who are kind of trying to adjust to this new technology. And so what we'll likely see are waves of AI-aided criminals, being successful, then being thwarted by law enforcement, and then finding new avenues. And so it's kind of up to us to be vigilant and also to look out for those around us who may not be as familiar with this technology. So fourth prediction I have about the way that society will change as a result of AI will be greater inequality. And so this inequality will be on the personal level between people who know the technology, people who don't, between different communities. Some communities will have more access to the technology than others based on things like, access to money and wealth. They will be able to exploit those technologies before poor communities. And then looking at the national level, certain countries like the US will be able to use AI and kind of get advantages based on AI over countries, say, in the developing world, who don't have access to those technologies in the same way. I predict we'll see the first AI-based billionaires and even trillionaires come out of the United States. Now, some of them may be people from underrepresented communities, so they may be racial minorities, they may be from countries in the global South, what we used to call the developing world. Maybe people from those countries who come here where the technology is barely being developed and being utilized. They may become, again, some of these billionaires and trillionaires, but for the most part, the wealth will likely stay in the countries that are developing AI, places like the US, possibly China. And I know countries like Russia are also trying to catch up as well. So where the technology is being developed, just like we've seen in past technological revolutions, we're going to see the wealth really being generated there, and the countries and the communities that aren't really part of that, they will be the ones losing out ultimately. And it's not even to mention the AI-aided breakthroughs in things like medicine and education, along with things on a national level like military. And so the countries, the communities that have this AI technology will be able to make those breakthroughs. And so all the kind of secondary benefits, the latent benefits of the AI technology will be in those communities, again, making them have a bigger advantage over those other poor communities. And just one last thing, one thing that we saw with, say, the rise of computers and the rise of the internet is that young people, in my generation, growing up in the 80s and 90s, were able to utilize those technologies way better than a lot of the older generations. Not everybody, but some of the older generations. We'll see the same thing with AI. So I have a 5-year-old son. He's already using Alexa, to get music and all kind of things right now. Eventually, he'll be able to figure out new, interesting ways to use Alexa or any other AI technology that's out there. And so with that, he'll be an advantage over people like myself, and especially like older people in my family who don't really use the technology. And so we'll see that change as well. So we'll have a generation gap, partially driven by this new technology. Again, another type of inequality. And this brings me to my fifth prediction, which you're already seeing right now. There will be a backlash against this AI technology, and it will fail. Now, in the 19th century, you had a movement called the Luddite movement, which occurred in England, in which individuals were pushing back against the use of mechanized technology in the textile industry. Now, the Industrial Revolution really started in England, and so as a result, those individuals who were first being impacted by this technology started to push back. And so you literally had Luddites go in and destroy textile technology, feeling that ultimately that will slow down the progress. Fast forward to the 21st century, and we use technology in the manufacture of clothing. And so we're going to see the same thing with AI. There will be people who are seeking to limit the spread and the impact of AI. They will maybe make some entrails with legislation, maybe slow things down a little bit. But ultimately, the rest of us are going to see the benefits of AI, and we're going to say, just like we've seen with other past technologies, like we saw with technology in the textile industry, cars, replacing the horse and buggy, the rise of computers, the rise of the internet. In the same way we saw these technologies and said we're going to use these to make our lives better, same thing's going to happen with AI. And so these are changes I feel will happen to human society as a result of the rise of AI technology. And for me, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. If the technology takes a long time to really be integrated in our society, if it takes a long time to really be out there to get implemented, then it may take many decades for these changes to occur. However, if the speed of the technology implementation and development happens faster than we kind of expected, it might happen over the next decade or the next decade or two. But I think they will happen. And so in the same way that we've adjusted to a world in which development of nuclear technology led to both nuclear power and the potential of nuclear war, I think we're going to see the same thing with AI. We'll have the potential of AI changing our lives for the better, doing a lot of things to improve our lives, while we also look the fear that ultimately AI may destroy us all at some point. If you found the video interesting and or informative, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. And if you have suggestions for other things you want me to talk about as a sociologist, please leave those suggestions in the comment section below. Thank you all for your time and have a wonderful rest of your day.